All right, I'm gonna get right into this. Link to Larken Rose's latest video is in the description. It should be. If not, you can check out his channel, just Larken Rose. Now, this is gonna be kind of a weird video response. Let me get the controller for the game real quick. Because, like, I don't know, man. I've been kind of like on the like conspiracy libertarian side of things pretty much since I've been watching the internet. And I used to be one of these people that was more like, you should talk to people in real life and organize things in real life, and like just tell your friends and try to convince them about and people just looked at me like I was dumb. You're like, oh, you want to get rid of the government? Oh, what are you talking about, bro? I got to get to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what do you mean the cell phone companies? They're like, dude, I'm about to call this chick right now on the cell phone. Right? They're like, I'm about to text message this chick on the internet. They don't want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be like dismissive or anything. Like, honestly, man, like I've watched Larken Rose's content for years and years, even before I was doing the MGTOW stuff, like ever since I've been watching like Jeff Berwick stuff, and they do all those talks at Anarchapulco, right? I was into it. I was like super into it, like super into libertarianism. Like originally in my channel description, I said I was a libertarian because I thought that it was like a good like political position, right? And I thought it was obvious that even though I was talking about MGTOW type of stuff, that, a libertarian is totally against all forms of violence and slavery and manipulation and all that stuff towards people, but people don't care. You could literally put like, I'm a libertarian in your bio and people are still like, oh, so what? You want to rape women? Oh, you want to do this and you want to do that? And I'm like, no, I don't actually. I know that's what libertarian, I thought everybody knew that. I thought everybody at least in like the Western world, knew that a libertarian meant someone that doesn't want to harm people, have taxes, have unjust laws, have people being attacked or violently controlled in any way, human trafficking. I thought like that was contained within libertarianism, right? So I thought that just putting that in my bio, like, and then all the points that I argue are from a libertarian point of view. Like even in my last video, when I'm talking about immigration and the H1B visas, I'm like, well, can we just ask them not to come over here? Can we just say, hey, like show them the data. Look, the white population used to be like 85%, and now it's gone down to like 50% in like 30 years. Right? And it's on a downward trend. You know what I'm saying? It's like on a downward trend at the rate we're going right now, right? And I'm still not like deport them all and all this other stuff like Mark Dice and everybody else, right? I'm like, well, maybe if the president, lets it known that we don't want people to come over here for the most part. I'm still like on the fence with the high skill people. If we really, really, really need the high skill people, then and they're going to stay temporary or whatever, that's fine. But I think my problem with the whole libertarian thing is that, like I'm a pretty hypothetical person, but I think that even I'm showing like some real world examples, right, of what I'm talking about, and giving logical justifications from like my Neoplatonist position, which I know it's not the best philosophical position. It has holes in it, but for the most part, at least I can say there's such a thing as like good and bad and like right and wrong for the most part, maybe not to a Christian, but at least I have some moral justification, right? And that's not really what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is the fact that, all you libertarian guys, right? You guys kind of failed, right? Like what is James Corbett doing? He another video on like how 9/11 was an inside job and how the big data is like gonna be, yeah, okay, big data, sure, but what does the video do? What does these principles actually do to like improve the lives of Americans, right? And you can call me a fascist and say I want to join a gang and blah 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 blah, but a nation has an actual ontology. Like, it's way, way beyond just some fancy principle mumbo jumbo. There's an actual ontology to a nation. Like, there's a language, a shared history, you know, shared or somewhat, you know, some shared genetic history even. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if there's different races, we've had a shared interaction over long periods of time. And so we're adapted to each other in a different way, you know, than it would be on the separate continents and stuff. And I really don't even want to get into this type of stuff. To me, it's just like, all right, okay, I'm here. I tried in real life, you know, to espouse the kind of like 1776 style, like Alex Jones, like free market capitalist, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps stuff, right? Didn't work for me. And I'm not blaming anyone else. I mean, okay, you know, everybody makes mistakes. My mistakes added up to a big fuck up or whatever. And I'm not blaming anyone for that shit. Shit happens, you know? Like, I'm telling you, my friend that I was rapping with, right, that I was letting stay at my house, man, he was freaking, like, a hardcore, like, you know, like, he was like, yeah, he told me one night when we were drinking and stuff, he was like, yeah, man, before I fucking met you, I was, like, literally, like, 2 seconds away from, like, mugging someone. Like, he was like, I was just about to, like, go down to, like, Denver and, like, mug someone. Like, literally, like, and I was like, yeah, that fucking sucks, man. Like, it fucking sucks. You know, and I let him stay at my house for 2 years, but then after that, he got back to his old ways. And it's like, the last time I really talked to him, we were at a party in Denver, and he was like, watch my back, man. And then he, like, started threatening some guy and all this other shit, and I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit, man. You know, I try to fucking help you. I you know, let you stay at my house for 2 years. Fucking made, like, 3 or 4 mixtapes for you. Drove you around everywhere to all the shows and all the other shit, and then fucking he got signed to this other record label in, like, Denver, and it was like much more like, you know, they had like big parties and they were like an official like record label and stuff. And I was like, that's cool, man, you know, he's got talent and shit or whatever. I know I'm kind of getting sidetracked here, but I'll get back to the libertarian thing in a second. So it's like, to me, you know, there's just real world things going on in the real world, you know, and we can be as theoretical as we want to be while fucking, you know, the historical population of the United States declines to like 0. And then you can say, oh, it's all about principles, man. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, they have a right to be here just as much as everybody else. And whatever happened to the Native Americans, that shit sucks. It's horrible. But does that mean that it's right to do it to the next people? No. And so, you know, I've tried in real life to, like, you know, go off grid, basically, and live a minimalist kind of like lifestyle, like eschewing all this like centralized technology stuff, and it didn't work out. And then I got people coming online talking about, oh man, you're weak-minded because I don't fucking support Trump. It's like, the fucking country will fall apart if we just start fucking just changing everything around like that. You got to slowly do it. You got to be like, look, man, look, Indian H-1B visa guys, like, look, we don't have anything against you, but we don't actually need you. Like, their IQ is the same as white people. It's like 99, and white people are like 100. It's like, we don't need, you know, we don't need them here. And it's like, if you're going to be a capitalist, at some point, you got to get, like, if you want to maintain, because it's fake. Capitalism is fake at its highest levels. The debt is created out of nothing, and there's just no way around that. That's why I was talking to you about the sticks thing, or I was talking to him about the sticks thing. because it's like, at a certain point, like if two people arrive at a piece of property at the exact same time, a libertarian's brain fries. You just don't have an answer for that question. And I'm sorry, you can say I'm weak-minded all you want, but you want to believe that you have an answer to that question, and you don't. You don't have an answer to the question of what if two people arrive on the island at the exact same, like they just spawn, exact same time. There's only one hamburger left. Who gets it? Of course, the person that's bigger and stronger and is going to punch the other person. Get out of here, bro. What are you going to lay down? You going to lay down so the other guy can eat the hamburger? Come on, man. It's like, it's just human nature. And that's why we don't want to put ourselves in that situation where everything falls apart and then we can't freaking survive and we don't have any food. Like, duh. Like, I don't see why I have to tell you this, man. It's like, you guys, you're supposed to, like, Larken Rose is supposed to be like the top libertarian debater, anarchist debater. Everybody over there at fucking Anarchapulco kissing his fucking ass. Debate Jay Dyer. Where'd fucking Mark Passio go? Oh, natural law this, natural law. He's screaming at people about how they're fucking immoral. Debate Jay Dyer then. Right? You can't. That's what I'm fucking saying. You guys lost in a fucking debate in the public opinion, and the shit doesn't even make sense. Like, look, I'm here on Grok showing you in real time what's gonna happen if you do X or Y. What are you talking about? Oh, my principles. Oh, what? Give me a diagram or something. Not candles, not a fucking book. Show me a chart that's gonna give a future projection of what's gonna happen when everybody just like does what you want to do. Because that's not what I'm seeing. All I'm hearing is, oh, what are you doing? You're going with Mussolini, man. And it's just a bunch of slogans just like everybody else. I think for myself, I'm supporting the Republicans because I'm a Republican and I believe in republicanism. I don't believe in democracy. I don't believe that voting makes something right. I believe that there should be a set of rules that exist, and that's what a republic is. It's just a set of rules that are based off of basically like a religious philosophy and natural law philosophy, basically, that, you know, we don't want to harm others and in our nation, and, you know, we've evolved to, you know, have peaceful relations with other nations and things like that too. You know, trade is way better than war. It always is. Trade, and that's what we're, you know, I don't see what Trump's not doing. He's doing trade. I mean, yeah, there's people that want to attack us too, and he's doing war too. But to pretend like that's not a real part of life, that some people are going to attack you, and then are they there might be a time when there is a time for a preemptive strike. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I respect you guys, but it's like, you know, like, where are you? Where are you in the debate right now? Where are libertarians, where are anarchists, ANCAPs in the debate right now, right? Where are you? You know, are you guys getting brought onto the largest platforms? And I'm not doing ad populum, but to debate with other people, right? Are you being brought onto the largest debate platforms on the internet, which is now the public square, to debate? It's like, I'm not a professional ANCAP. You're Larken Rose is supposed to be the king of the ANCAPs. You know? Freaking Dave Smith is supposed to be the king of the libertarians. And he got crushed by Jay Dyer, man. It's like, come on, man. I'm just some black fucking Carlton motherfucker. I can't fucking debate Jay Dyer, man. Fucking kidding. No, he's cool though. You know, I believe that he truly believes what he's saying. But you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm coming from, right? It's like, I'm not just weak-minded, bro. Like, I'm actually making decisions based on actual input data, right? Like, you can't pretend like the race data isn't real. You can't pretend like the Illuminati and all that shit isn't happening. I'm reading it out of the fucking book, bro. I'm reading it straight out of the book, and you still want to be like, oh no, it's not. It's some other thing. What? The other thing is just that everyone doesn't believe. Like, what are we supposed to do? You got to lay out a better plan than just this negative. Just don't follow them. It's like when the Democrats are in, you're like, don't follow the Democrats, and then when the Republicans are in, don't follow the Republicans. So who are we supposed to follow? Who, not like follow, but who's supposed to like be the central person that can make the like executive decisions, right? Because at certain points, right, in the nation, because it is a nation isn't, I don't believe that a nation is like lines on a map, right? A nation is an ontology basically on a group of people with a shared language, a shared history, you know, shared customs and cultures. You know, there's subcultures, but basically that's what I believe, you know, that's what I believe, that, you know, yes, libertarian values, the whole 1776 thing is an important and integral part of the United States, but it's not the only part. You know, the religious aspect is definitely part of it. The fact that we have already, you know, we've already started being the world police, so it's kind of like, I mean, I'm not happy about it, trust me. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, to me, in this age of information, I think trying to make persuasive arguments and like just showing people like, look, this is what you're doing is like causing this. And if it's really, really bad, like for an entire historical group of people, you know, because it's just going to be bad, you know, like I see the same thing with black people, right? Like there used to be black people, the only black people you saw were like actual black people. And it's like now most of the black people you see are like Caribbean or African or whatever, you know, and it's like and it's like, it's not as obvious, right? But then when you see it with white people and then it's like there aren't any white people like at all, right? Then it's like, what the fuck, bro? And I know it's like, you're like, oh, it's racist, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's not though. It's like, I don't want shit to happen to black people either. And it's like, look, I should be more pissed off at black people. Think about it, right? I've been here trying to like just live my life as an American, doing American things, right? Like snowboarding, playing music, going to like school, reading books like on the side, like science books and shit like that. You know, trying to take care of my family. And then there's another group of black people running around the internet calling fucking white people cave Beckies and pink toes and fucking whatever fucking other shit they come up with to piss white people off. And then these motherfuckers switched from fucking reparations, and as soon as they realized they weren't going to get reparations, then all of a sudden now they're fucking Native Americans. It's like, come on, bro, you're just as bad as like the mud flood people and shit. And like that shit even makes more sense than fucking blood. It's like, bro, yeah, they're like fucking Native Americans were dark skinned too, bro. Like if you go down to like South and Central America, they're dark skinned. So they don't look black, but they're like in a photo, like a black and white photo, yeah, they would look black, but they are like red. It's like a red tint. They got kind of like a reddish hue. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, but in like a photo, they would look black basically, you know. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, sure, hold on to the libertarian principles. It's just like a Christian, right? They have to like adapt. Like to them, it's like the abortion stuff is horrible. All the other stuff is freaking like horrible, and they can't do anything about it, right? Either. They would love to just completely take over and stop all the like homosexuality and all these other things, right? But they're like, okay, we gotta live in the society with all these other people. And there's other groups like that too, right? And to just dismiss all that and just go, oh, well, if everybody just doesn't like do anything to anyone, then that's the toughest thing you can do. And like actually trying to sit here and figure out how to fucking work all these different angles and different people groups and different economic things and technological things that are going on that are way too complicated for most people to even think about. Just say, screw all that, right? Screw all that. That makes you unprincipled. You're a flip-flopper because I don't already know the answer. That's why it seems like I'm a flip-flopper, because actually Larken Rose has already made up his mind. I'm the one that hasn't made up my mind. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still coming to a conclusion. So who is more weak-minded? The person that just got tired of thinking about it, thinking about all the complexities of the world, and just said, well, the easy answer is, hey, if we just don't punch each other, everything will be fine. Everything will be great. Or is the person that's sitting here every day scanning the internet and freaking trying to figure out what everybody's talking about and what part of it's true and what part of it's not, and what part of it's gonna be beneficial to some people and what's gonna be negative to other people? Like, that person's the weak person, right? And the person that's like, hey man, if we just don't punch anybody, man, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, you want to be in a gang, man. You want to be in a. It's called America. Yeah, we're all in it. You speak English. You speak American English. You went to high school. You're an American, bro. As much as you don't want to admit it, you're not some global citizen. You know what a Ford is? You know what a Chevy is? You're an American. Just face it, you know? And it's a unique ontological existence. Every country isn't like this. Even the ones that look like it, like England and Germany and France and stuff, they're not the same. It's not the same. The ontology is different. If you really go there and understand how the people think, it's different. It's completely different. So it's like, you know, I'm not trying to diss anybody, man, but you guys give these speeches and stuff at Anarchapulco, and, you know, I think Jeff Berwick's one of the most effective libertarians out there, because he's just telling people how to get money. You know, he's not complaining about, well, he does talk about some funny stuff, but he doesn't sit there and lecture other people about how they should be an anarcho-capitalist. He just like, look, I'm getting money. This is how you get money like me. Yeah, get on crypto, get outside of the banking system, and, you know, and then once people start thinking like that, it's like the natural next step is, hey, once I got money and I got my protection and my family, maybe I don't need all this other stuff. But if you're just going to call people immoral and say they're weak-minded because they don't want to die, right? It's like the Liquid Zulu guy, right? He wouldn't steal a penny to save his mother. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can't expect people to swallow that, right? You can't. Like, it's irrational. It goes against their own self-preservation. And so therefore, it's not like a logical proposition to even make. To expect someone to go against their own self-preservation for principles, right? I'm sorry. So, I mean, I can go on, but really, that's the main, like, gist of what I'm talking about, is that, you know, the whole, like, conspiracy and libertarian people, they're doing fine for themselves, right, in their little libertarian bubble, but no one else believes in that. And because no one else believes in that, and your thing is all about not doing anything, right, then you're kind of screwed. And so I'm just kind of like, I'm just looking at what's going on, and I'm examining it, and I'm just trying to present different options to different people, right? You know, like, like these black people, they're on here, they're pissing the fuck off white people for no fucking reason. It's 2025. Ain't nobody whipping you. Ain't nobody doing shit to you. Right? Just get the fuck over it. Like, I had shit happen to me, right? But nobody fucking cares, right? Like black people won't even fucking talk to me, bro. And then they act like they still act like it's my fault. Like I did something wrong. Like I did something wrong to them, right? When 99.9% of the time, it's been another black person fucking with me. And I've just been like, hey, brother, how's it going, brother black man? And they're just like, fuck you. You ain't like us. Right? But I'm not mad at them. Am I mad? You hear me up here fucking calling black people funny names and all this other shit? No. I don't fucking care. I don't care about shit. That's the problem. I'm just trying to look at the fucking information, analyze it, and see if it's true or false or what the fuck, what the fuck's gonna happen next. Like, you see the shit that I was doing on Grok, man. It's like, what the fuck? I'm looking at the information. Like, obviously, we can't deport fucking everybody, but we sure as hell can cut off those fucking H-1B visas and just be like, look, we don't need these. We can train Americans for that. The high-skilled Northeast Asians, that's a different story, It's a different story. It's like if they're doing some highly technical skilled work that like basically they themselves developed and it's part of their like culture or whatever, that's why they developed it in that way, then you just gotta let them do it, And if bringing them over here is gonna be more beneficial than letting them work over there, then fine, because it's more beneficial. But you're saying, oh, you don't have principles, bro. Nobody has principles in real life. You can say all that shit that you want, but at the end of the day, like, you're not gonna just like lay down. Because if you're like morally like it's like some morally neutral situation, like where both people spawn onto the island and there's only one hamburger, right? So it's like, just stop pretending. That's weak-minded. Pretending like you fucking care more than you do, man. It's like, look, nobody gives a fuck, right? Look, who's promoting my channel? Who's sponsoring me? Who's throwing money my way? No one, right? And then I'm supposed to just sit there and get fucking lectures from fucking people that can't even win a fucking debate? And then they just sit in their own bubble and self-congratulate each other and pretend like they're the fucking kings of the world and give fucking talks. But then when it comes time to debate a Christian, they're nowhere to be seen. When it comes time to debate a fucking National Socialist, they're nowhere to be seen. They're on their channel cursing you out, the person that's watching their channel, for fucking saying, at least I'm listening to what the National Socialists are saying. At least I'm listening to what the Republicans are saying. I'm listening to what the Democrats are saying. And I'm trying to piece together if there's any way that we can come to a compromise, a solution, something that's beneficial for everyone. But instead, I gotta get cursed out for being unprincipled and flip-flop immoral. Bruh. For real. It's a bunch of BS, man. They got open debates. You can go and debate Andrew Wilson. Like, you could have did it yesterday. Just jump on Twitter, jump into his Twitter chat thing and debate him and tell him exactly why anarcho-capitalism is the most moral thing in the world that you can do. And that anyone that's not an anarcho-capitalist is an immoral monster, son of a bitch, or whatever you say. And they're following the Mango Mussolini. Go ahead. The way I see it, it's like, we're going by the Constitution, we're going by the 10 Commandments, and we're gonna have debates and figure out who's right on each subject. And if someone's right, like saying like, let's close the border because it's harming a large majority of Americans, then I'm for it. and they present a case and they say, look, this is harming a large portion of Americans, and it's a simple thing that if just close the border to stop harming Americans, and it's not, closing the border is not harming the people in India, right? It's not harming them because they're already in India. So if they're in India, then India is the thing that's harming them. If they can't, if not leaving India is what's harming them, then India is the thing that's harming them, not us not allowing them to come over here. And if they're harming, them coming over here is going to harm a large portion of Americans, then no, then I'm against it. Hey, okay, oh, that's unprincipled. Oh, you gotta always just let the border open. No, bro, because we can't get rid of welfare. Not like that, not that quickly. I mean, you saw what happened when they tried to do the SNAP thing. It was like immediately, it was like breakdown. Everyone's flipping out. Get ready for hockey mask time. We're going to the grocery store. We're just gonna drive through with our car, right? So that's basically it. You know, I used to watch libertarian stuff. I mean, I'm still a libertarian. I am a libertarian. You know, I'm an ANCAP. That's my, like, philosophy. And at any point when it is proper and logical to apply libertarian ANCAP principles, I will advocate for that. You know, that's why in my last video I said, well, maybe we can just ask them not to come over here. Maybe we can just get someone in a position that can speak with them and say, hey, don't come over here. But, you know, that's not, doesn't seem that that's the only, that's worked, right? So now people want more, you know, action. So it's kind of like, whatever. You can get mad about it and, like, scream insults and everything, but I've already had every insult screamed at me 50,000 times over, so I really don't give a fuck. Right? Just give me the projections. Show me what it's gonna look like. Not candles in the dark, not, oh, no, show me what society's actually gonna look like after everyone becomes a libertarian. Like hypothetical, run some war games on Grok, or whatever program you use, and put them up on your channel and show the world what it's going to look like when everyone becomes an ANCAP, and then let them decide for themselves instead of just calling them immoral bastards and monsters and say they're flip-floppers and this and that. Because when the Democrats are in office, then you're gonna like freaking what's it called, talk about the Democrats, and then when the Republicans are in office, you're just going to talk about the Republicans. It's just like, who cares, man? They're both the same. They're both the government, right? The government just does what the government does. I don't even look at it like it's a Democrat-Republican thing. The government's there because it's a monopolized central authority with power, and it's supposed to have some type of, like, checks and balances so they don't just run wild. And look, I'm against the due process stuff. I'm against the deportation stuff, but you can't pretend like if someone is already doing something immoral, then it's immoral to defend yourself, because they technically are coming. Because we said, please don't come here. Like Trump said, he doesn't want the immigrants to come here. You know, it's very clear through our media right now that Trump is undocumented immigrant, illegal immigrant, whatever you want to say. So if they still come here, even though they're being asked politely not to, then when they get, like, arrested or harassed or whatever, it's not immoral, because they were already asked politely not to do it by the people who have some type of ontological claim to living here. They have an ontological prioritization, basically, to live here, because they have the shared language, shared history. So that's it. That's the video. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope everyone is pissed off, but, you know, like, I really, you know, respect Larken. So I don't want this to be like some type of beef thing or anything like that. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. So that's it. I'll talk to you later, and peace.